Hey, Brain. Okay, that's good news. Huh. What is it? Equalizer. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to check one thing before I start drawing sprites. I think we should be good. I don't see why I would have forgotten to do this, but yeah, okay. Progress, active, okay. Yeah, I was like, did I actually remember to update the save load system so you can save and load progress on portal stones and expansion stones? But you definitely can do that. Oh, sorry, I feel like my voice is my voice is not very good this morning. I just feel like shit, to be honest with you. All right. Oh man, it's the same every morning. I'll be fine in a bit. Mornings are just not good. I had probably the craziest dreams of my entire life last night as well, where like literally the laws of physics were rewritten and all kinds of insane, impossible stuff was happening. It just didn't make any sense. But I was also totally unquestioning of it at the time. It was really wild. A trio? What is that? Just checking my work from yesterday, see I didn't miss anything. Seems good. Yeah, I know I could counteract it with some weed, but I'm trying to stay off the weed for a bit. Okay, yeah, that sounds like it might do the trick. What a strange combination. Of course, somebody would have thought of that. But doesn't caffeine withdrawal give you headaches? So maybe it's not the best in the long run. Although I didn't get any headaches when I stopped drinking caffeine. I just felt really tired for like 3 weeks. Sounds pretty good, yeah. I was thinking of doing the water bearers today. Water bearers or the breeders? I've been mainly thinking about the water bearers this morning, so I might do those. But my original idea that I had in mind was to give them some like long flowing robes, you know, because it's watery. But then I was like, oh wait, they hadn't actually invented fabric yet, so everything needs to be leather and animal skins. Get everything moving, yeah. So we gotta try and kind of, I don't know, it's a video game. I don't have to be too realistic, but I kind of want to keep it to where everything is just animal skins. I mean, what the hell is this? It doesn't look like animal skins. I could maybe say that it is, but it's clearly not. These ones work pretty well. These ones are pretty good too. The shaman works kind of. The loincloth. I think if you just made that color a bit darker, then it would seem more like an animal skin. More like leather than fabric, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. On the shaman was the first one that I did. I think it's good. Yeah, because the carpenters, they have less kind of shading going on. I think it's okay. Oh, wait. I think it's okay. I mean, the shaman is supposed to be kind of bony. So that's why. And then the guards are ripped, so they're rippling with muscles. Well, these are just kind of normal, so they don't have as much detail. They do have butt cracks, though. I think probably the default human will look very similar to this, obviously just in more of an A pose with no mask and no axe. I think that's the best way to do it, is if the default humans have no mask. And it's kind of also, it's like, it's funny as well, because the masks are kind of like the masks that we wear in society, in the form of like uniforms and things, you know. It's like it's just a human underneath, but they're playing the role of the police officer or the flight attendant or whatever costume they have on, the clown. And in this case, it's a literal mask. But it will just be easy to differentiate from the default humans and the ones that have a gift granted to them. So the water bearers will probably be the same build as these ones, different pose, probably carrying a cistern on their head. I believe that's what it's called based on my research that I was doing this morning. So I can probably reuse quite a bit of this. Like everything except the arms and the mask. Oh yeah, I didn't think about what kind of mask the water bearers would have. Probably something more round. We haven't done one with a round mask yet. Let's have a look at some reference images of tribal masks again. Round is the kind of first thing that popped into my head, though. Maybe something with some earrings, because earrings can look like water droplets, maybe. Although I feel like a round mask is gonna look quite ridiculous. I thought they were gonna be like these really graceful looking characters, but then maybe they're just gonna have a really stupid looking mask. But yeah, they probably just need to be the same, like medium build as the carpenters, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, these freaking. I don't know, man. I'm not changing it. I don't have time. Also, I kind of just like how it is right now. But these shorts are not supposed to be made of cloth or fabric. It's supposed to be like leather, really. It's whatever. Alright. So we gotta get rid of the ask. the axe, and the mask. Oh, I was combining those two words. That's what I was doing. And probably keep the top half of this arm and use it, but I don't want them to have their hand on their hip. I think their hand should be sort of outstretched a little bit because they're balancing the cistern on their head, and they're probably using their other hand for balance a bit. I would really like to give them a different outfit though, if I can. I can do like something going over the shoulder and down. That's gonna look a little bit flowy. Nothing's gonna be as flowy as actual robes, but we can hopefully still capture a little bit of that vibe. Interesting. Yeah, I guess the arm should be right up against the body. And now I just have to like separate that with a little bit of shading, I suppose. Not quite sure how to make that hand look like a hand. Hopefully I'll figure it out. Yeah, another thing is that the clothes are not going to make sense for every environment. But I don't think I'm going to do environment-specific clothing. So I think it's just going to be what it is. I might give them shoes. That was the one thing I thought, like, oh yeah, they could have shoes. They had invented shoes. More like wraps, really. We just have animal fur or whatever wrapped around your feet. We don't need him flipping us off, thank you very much. Probably just something like that. Maybe the hand should be kind of... It feels weird that there is no gap between the arm and the body at all. I mean, I think maybe it's more like that, actually. Come along for the ride as I learn pixel art in real time. Yeah, probably something like that. I don't know if there's much more I can do, really. That's basically it. At least this, what I've just realized what I'm doing now is I'm making well, not necessarily. I'm very close to making, like, the default human. So maybe I should just make the default human now. And then repurpose that into the water bearer. Kind of seems like a natural stop along the way, basically. If I just mirror this arm on the other side, then we have our sort of basic human stance. Yeah, because they've all had masks so far, I haven't drawn a face. Or, yeah, I haven't drawn a face yet. So, I don't know what their faces are gonna look like. Those shoulders are still pretty extreme. They might need narrowing down a smidge. I don't know if I can get away with that. And yeah, also, because the carpenter has this super long mask. Starting to feel like he's got very low nipples when we remove that mask. I don't remember Burnt Face Man from back in the day. I mean, part of it could be the perspective. It's isometric. We are kind of looking down from above, so things do appear. Things may appear. What is it that says on wing mirrors? Sometimes larger than they really are. Smaller than they really are. Yeah, we might just need to... I mean, it really depends, like, because, you know, from that perspective, from an isometric perspective, his chin, his whole face really is going to be out sort of quite, you know, it's not like you're looking front on, so the chin is like out over the chest quite a bit. So you'd have that shading under the chin probably quite low on here. Oh gosh. Balloon head. Moon head? Well, it's not looking as far down on there as I might have imagined. Looks a bit weird. Guess maybe the shape of the jaw is just off. Maybe a more square jaw, particularly for the masculine sprites. I have no idea, dude. I guess if I think about my own face, my jaw is more square than the top of my head, which is rounded. Yeah. I did not go to school for art, okay? I did not study human anatomy. Maybe something a bit like that. Kind of, yeah, it's kind of working. It's kind of working. Like maybe we can drop his head down one more pixel. Let's just see. Oh boy, now he looks like he has no neck. Okay, I don't think we can do that. Yeah, I don't think we can do that. But you know what that means? That means the carpenter's nipples are too low. We have to go back, and it's just because his mask is so long, I wound up giving him really low nipples. What a conundrum. I'm sorry. As long as you never give up, you'll always succeed in the end. So just never give up. Simple as that. Foolproof. Impossible to fail. Okay, he's got a very pointed head. We might need to round out his head a little bit if I can. Can I do that? Oh, now he's going to have a very square head. I don't have a lot of pixels to work with here. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Now he's got a very tall head, but it's a good shape. just want to bring that down one for a bit more of a reasonably sized head. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Right. Yeah, so this poor carpenter with his low nipples gonna need some attention. And that probably means the booba is... I don't know, the booba looks... I think probably because the dimensions are different. The booba protrudes a lot more, so they kind of look actually probably like they're in sort of the right place. But the old carpenter here, yeah, so he's got unusually low nipples, so we're gonna have to do something about that. How's he gonna chop trees down when his nipples are on the floor? Just doesn't work logistically. Okay, hold up. There we go. Alright, yeah, I'm gradually recovering from breakfast. Jesus Christ, man. Oh. So that would be more accurate nipple placement. It's accurate, sorry, I gotta say it right. Accurate nipple placement. Don't even get me started on people saying frustrated. Jesus Christ, where did that come from? Since it was just like one day, everyone forgot how to say frustrated. I was like, what's going on? Have I gone insane? What's happening? Nobody can speak anymore. I need to take a little chest measurement, I believe. Where should we measure from? This is confusing. Maybe like that, all the way up to the shoulder. That is, 9 pixels. And it's 9 pixels here, so I think this one might actually be in the right place, to be honest with you. The real test is, is the transition here from frame to frame. It looks fine. I think probably what's weird about it is that this, I mean, that's just supposed to be kind of like shading. But what I might have to do is do that instead, just so that you can actually see his nipple in like the correct sort of place. That's probably what I need to do. Do we keep the shading as well, though? Then it just becomes quite vague as to what's going on there. I think that's probably the way to go. Alright, and then we don't have too much to worry about from the back, I don't think. So, well, maybe this front. Da 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 da. So increase the height of this now. Let's see from the rear view. Yeah. Gotta grab something to drink. Run out of water again. Yeah, what's the deal with this one? I mean, that's his shoulder blade. That's not his chest, so. And then this one, give this one the same treatment. And this one as well. Well, thank God the booba was fine. I don't have to do this for both of them. But yeah, there we go. He's probably really happy about that. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it looks good. Can watch him spin. Maybe slow it down a bit. Look for any inconsistencies. No, it looks good to me. All right, I'm just going to grab a drink and then we'll continue with this guy. The default human. Might need to do something about the pose, though. He looks very sort of, you know, don't think anybody actually stands like that. But I've got very limited pixels to work with, so I don't know. I'll do my best. Okay. Do we just make them naked as well? Like we get rid of the not only do we get rid of the mask, but we get rid of the clothing as well. Just give them the leaf, the classic leaf. In a way, it's a good incentive to like grant everybody a gift as well, because you're not just gonna leave them running around naked, are you? For Christ's sake. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. It's how the old sprites were all the way back in the day. All those years ago. Yeah, he's A-posing a little bit too hard. Like it's when you stand in a relaxed position, your hands kind of sort of swing in front of your thighs a bit. So there should be a little bit of an angle to the arms. Like the forearms should be coming in a little bit. You know. Yeah, a little bit longer even. Down to like the top of the thigh, really. I mean, wait, you got to think isometrically though. Well, if anything, they'd cover even more of the leg if you're looking at them from an isometric perspective, right? Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Can't tell what it needs. What does it need? The elbow's got to be lower down. Right. Drop the elbow down. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Okay. And I guess that's probably that's about it. Give it the outline. The outline always helps because it really brings out the shape, and then I can usually see if it needs something. Okay. Right, maybe we remove these shorts now. I mean, I don't really have enough pixels to make a smoother transition from the waist into the leg. So the hip is just going to be like that 1 pixel. But I guess the thing is on the other side is that the hand is covering it, right? What would have been really helpful would be if I managed to preserve that shape. I can just do that. Like that. And then maybe... Okay. Okay, yeah. Definitely looks better than the old arm, so we're moving in the right direction, I would say. Sweet, okay. Yeah, it's not a bad little dude right there. Cool. Yeah, what are their faces gonna look like? I mean, they're gonna look like whatever they're gonna look like, I imagine, because that's tends to be how pixel art goes. It's like you don't really get a choice. You just make it look like whatever it's gonna look like. Okay, I don't know about that. That's pretty scary. Um Oh my god. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. Oh gosh. Okay then. Yeah, the face, it needs to be consistent with, the rest of the art style. Oh my goodness. Okay then. Now he looks like he's looking up at us. But I don't think I can really make his head any taller than that. Otherwise he's gonna have like a giant head. Still looks like he's looking up at us. That is weird. Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess... True. You wouldn't really see a shadow under the nose from an isometric perspective. If anything, you would actually see a highlight on top of the nose, right? Hopefully the hair saves it. We can give him ears as well. Actually, the hair, you probably wouldn't see the ears. Then again, all the males have been bald so far. Okay. I would prefer it to be less horrifying. It would be good if it were a little bit less terrifying. But I don't really know how to do that. Yeah, the masks were a really good idea, weren't they? Because the faces are just disturbing. Oh my goodness. Well, there's our little guy. I think he would really benefit from some hair. All the other ones are bald. It kind of works for the guards, to be honest with you. Maybe the hunters, you know, like we can have this like default male hairstyle and carry it through. The shaman, I'm still on board with them being bald as well. They actually have these extra shiny heads. um, and the carpenters, yeah, I suppose we could give them some hair as well. That same sort of whatever the same hair as the default hair is, which will just be like a short brown hair. Yeah, the problem is the face. I hate to break it to you, but your face is the problem. Not I think we might need to give these guys masks as well, but something that works as like a default mask. Not really sure what that would be exactly. Yeah, it's weird because like any kind of mask that I give them it's like it is a mask. I don't know. Hard to give them a mask that says like, hey, this guy's normal. But he's clearly not normal. He's wearing a goddamn mask. You can't tell me he's normal. But I can't live with that face. What is that? That's just not something I can put in the game. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Like maybe when it's really tiny, you know, in game it's really small, you can hardly see it. It's fine. Maybe it's actually okay. I guess we just sort of have to run with that logic for now and just hope that it's going to be okay. Just out of curiosity, what happens when you make his face longer? It kind of works actually. I think it sells the isometric perspective a little bit more because, well, it kind of makes it look like he's looking forwards more rather than looking, not, yeah, like he is actually looking forwards as opposed to like looking at the camera, really. He does sort of look like he has no neck, though, so the solution may actually be increasing the length of his head this way. Okay, now we're talking. Alright, so he has a neck, and he sort of seems to be looking in the right kind of direction. Alright, okay. Okay, let's give him a leaf. How do I draw a leaf? I don't know. I don't think it can be that style of leaf, I think. Oh, limited pixels means we sort of have to do... Jeez. I just can't get it centered up because we have like an even number of pixels, I guess. It's not entirely clear what that is, I would say. This you can vaguely tell just about that might be a leaf. I think we might need to go for a simple loincloth instead. Trying to remember where his waist was at. Oh, you know what? Rather than like the loincloth, we might actually want to go with kind of like the, I don't even know what it's called. You know what I'm saying? The speedos, the primitive speedos. You gotta drop them down a little bit further though. That might be what it takes right there. Yes. Cool. That's good. Yeah, that's definitely where his waistline is in the other one. Maybe the style of pants, though I kind of feel like the waistline should be lower on these. For whatever reason. That, you know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of this grid. Get rid of that grid. Which one of those two versions looks better? Despite what my intuition was telling me, I think it might be the first one. Yeah, that looks cool. It just needs a little bit of shading on there, doesn't it? And then the other one, just for comparison's sake. This version, yeah. And it just needs that shading, and I think it'll be really cool. Shading under the belt there as well. Not really a belt in this case, is it? It's part of the damn pants. And yeah, sometimes I would do something I would have like an extra color on there. You could have that go right. Whoa. Have that. No. You could have this color go right the way across. No, I'm not feeling it. Probably want something like that, to be honest with you. Yeah. The only part I'd question is that top line there. But I think it's probably good. This one or this one? I kind of feel like it's this one. Nice. Okay. God knows what it's going to look like from the back. It's pretty skimpy, so I hate to say it, but you might be wearing a thong. No, it's probably, when we think about the material, it's got to be, everything has got to be made out of leather. It's not cloth fabric. So it's probably not. Let's just say that. It's probably not. Thank goodness. Okay. Well, I'm pretty pleased with that, except the face, which is horrendous. Goodness grief. I just do not know what to do about that face. We can put some shading under the hair. That's one thing we can do at least. What if we did like some shading? Okay. That's a no-go, I would say. What if you had like some war paint? That actually helps. It does. It helps. We could do it in like a different color or something. What colors would they have access to? They'd be able to use like blood, mud, chalk, possibly. Different colors of earth, possibly something created from some sort of plant. I don't know, but it does help. It goes from absolutely horrendous to just about tolerable, which is a big improvement, really. I'm just not sure. Let's think of a way of like breaking up the chest a little bit. What I have done on some of the others is like a little highlight on the pecs, as if they're just glinting in the light. Alright, well... Oh no, we've entered boober territory now. We can't do that. Well, maybe we can do that for the females, but not this guy. Okay, it's cool. I get the original sprites way back in the day. The girls were topless, but I don't think we're gonna do that just because I know it's just like a few pixels, but that's probably going to wind up getting some sort of rating slapped on it, isn't it? Because all those bare-breasted women in this game. I think we're gonna cover them up. We'll give them something, just to avoid that. There we go. That's our little default dude. Not bad. Yeah, really, the pants were what saved it. The leaf was not working, but those, I like those. I'd wear those. No, I wouldn't wear. I don't know why I said that. I just think they look pretty cool. Okay, cool. Right, so that's frame 1 down, and now we've just got to do 7 more. But it's not going to be too bad, and I've got to add this hairstyle to the hunters as well, I think. But first, before I do any of that, I've got to take a leak, so I'll be right back. I'll grab another drink while I'm down there too. Alright, that took a little bit longer than expected. I'm getting real hungry, dude, so I should probably work out now, otherwise I'm gonna get too hungry to do it. We can resume working on this guy later. Jesus Christ, what is with that face, dude? Alright, we can finish this one later, but yeah. I gotta lift some weights. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back in a few minutes on the phone. Ready to lift some weights. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in just a little bit.